Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Chinese ebook before it's gone.
Welcome to ChineseClass101.com's 3分钟汉语 the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Chinese. Hey, 大家好，我叫马燕如，很高兴与大家见面。Hi everybody, I'm Yanru Ma. Nice to meet you. In this series, we're going to learn basic Chinese expressions. It's super easy and only takes 3 minutes. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to introduce yourself in Chinese. Ready?Let's get started. 你好，我叫马燕如。Hi, I'm Yanru Ma. 你好，我叫马燕如。Start by saying 你好, which means hello. 你好。Then say 我叫, which means I'm called. 我叫。After this, say your name. 你好，我叫马燕如。Yes, it's just that easy. When you introduce yourself, you might want to tell people a little more than your name. Again, it's easy. You're learning Chinese, so let's say you want to tell people you're a Chinese student. In Chinese, this is 中文学生. The first word, 中文, is the word for the Chinese language. 中文. Next, we have 学生. This means student. 学生. Altogether, it's 中文学生. 中文学生. Now, if you want to say I'm a student, just start with the word for I we learned before. 我. Then add 是. This means is. 是. After this, add the word for student. Do you remember it? 中文学生. 中文学生. Put them together and you have 我是中文学生. 我是中文学生. Remember, start by saying hello, then say your name. 你好，我叫马燕如。Follow with a little bit about you. 我是中文学生。And now you have a nice self-introduction. 你好，我叫马燕如。我是中文学生。Now it's time for Yanru's tips. When men introduce themselves, it's very common for them to shake hands. In business situations, women will do this too. In social or casual situations, however, it is common for women to simply nod or smile in order to show friendliness. Do you know how we say thank you in Chinese? Come to our next lesson and you'll see how easy it is. 再见. See you then.
Welcome to Can Do Chinese by ChineseClass101.com.
大家好，我是李英如。Hi everyone, I'm Yanru Li. In this lesson, you will learn how to introduce yourself in Chinese.
This is Mark Lee, and he's on a plane to China. Zhang Zhu, a passenger sitting next to him, introduces himself by saying, Hello, my name is Zhang Zhu. Pleased to meet you.
你好，我叫朱正，很高兴认识你。
Listen to the conversation and focus on Mark's response. Ready?
你好，我叫朱正，很高兴认识你。
你好，我叫马克里，很高兴认识你。
Once more with the English translation.
你好，我叫朱正，很高兴认识你。
Hello, my name is Zheng Chu. Pleased to meet you.
你好，我叫马克里，很高兴认识你。
Hello, my name is Mark Lee. Pleased to meet you.
Let's take a closer look at Mark's response.
Do you remember how Mark Lee introduces himself? Hello, my name is Mark Lee. Pleased to meet you.
你好，我叫马克里，很高兴认识你。
First is
你好，
meaning hello.
你好，你好。
This is a commonly used greeting, and it is often said when meeting people for the first time. This starts with the word
你
you.
你
Next is the word
好
good.
好
Together, it's
你好
this phrase literally means you good, but translates as hello.
你好
Pronunciation note: when there are two third tones in a row, the first one changes to the second tone. Listen to the pronunciation again.
你好 你好
This pronunciation change is not reflected in the pinyin, as you will still see two third tones. Before we look at how Mark introduces his name, let's look at the last part of Mark's response.
很高兴认识你
Nice to meet you, or pleased to meet you.
很高兴认识你
First is
很
very.
很
This is followed by
高兴
translating as pleased in this context.
高兴
Next is
认识
to know.
认识
Last is the word
你
you.
你
Altogether,
很高兴认识你
literally, very pleased to know you, but it translates as pleased to meet you.
很高兴认识你
When meeting someone for the first time, you'll often hear this phrase, but omitting it in favor of a simple
你好
is often enough. Do you remember how Mark Lee says, "My name is Mark Lee"?
我叫马克里，
First is
我
I.
我
Next is the word
叫
which translates as to be called.
叫
Together, it's
我叫
literally, I'm called, but it translates as my name is.
我叫
This phrase is used to introduce one's own name. Next is Mark Lee's name.
马克里
Note, there is often a short pause between the first and the last name. For example,
马克里
first is Mark's given name,
马克
Mark.
马克
Followed by his family name,
李
Lee.
李
Altogether,
我叫马克里
I am called Mark Lee.
我叫马克里
When giving foreign names in Chinese, the name order follows the order of the original language. For example, Mark Lee translates to
马克里
as the name order in English is given name followed by family name. For Chinese names, the order is family name followed by given names. Zhang Ju uses this order when he says
我叫朱正。
his family name
朱
is followed by his given name.
正
The pattern is
我叫 name
my name is name.
我叫 name
To use this pattern, simply replace the name placeholder with your name. Imagine you're Karen Lee. In Chinese,
凯伦里凯伦里凯伦里
say, my name is Karen Lee. Ready?
我叫凯伦里。
My name is Karen Lee.
我叫凯伦里。
When introducing yourself as a Chinese learner, you might want to use just your given name. 我叫凯伦. My name is Karen. 我叫凯伦. You can feel free to use the name you would like to be called.
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat, or speak along with the native speakers.
你好，我叫朱正，很高兴认识你。你好，我叫朱正，很高兴认识你。
你好，我叫马克里，很高兴认识你。你好，我叫马克里，很高兴认识你。
你好，我叫凯伦里，很高兴认识你。你好，我叫凯伦里，很高兴认识你。
你好，我叫李英如，很高兴认识你。你好，我叫李英如，很高兴认识你。
你好，我是李林，很高兴认识你。你好，我是李林，很高兴认识你。
Did you notice how the last speaker uses a different sentence pattern?
She says,
我是李林，
I'm Lin Lee.
我是李林。
First is
我
I.
我
Next is,
是
in this case, it's like the am in I am.
是
Together,
我是
I am.
我是
Last is the speaker's name.
李林
Note the name order, last name,
李
followed by given name.
林
Altogether,
我是李林
I'm Lin Lee.
我是李林
This is also a common way to introduce yourself. The pattern is
我是 name
I am name.
我是 name
Do you remember my introduction at the start of the lesson? 我是李英如. I'm Inru Li. 我是李英如. My introduction follows the pattern of 我是 name. I am name. 我是 name.
You should be aware of this pattern, but for this lesson, we'll use the sentence pattern.
我叫 name.
My name is name.
我叫 name.
Let's review. Respond to the prompts by speaking aloud. Then repeat after me, focusing on pronunciation. Ready? Do you remember how to say hello? 你好,你好. And how to say I? 我. Do you remember how to say Mark Lee in Chinese? 马克里,马克里. Do you remember how Mark Lee says, My name is Mark Lee? 我叫马克里。我叫马克里。Do you remember how to say, Pleased to meet you? 很高兴认识你。很高兴认识你。Do you remember how Mark Lee says, Hello, my name is Mark Lee. Pleased to meet you.
你好，我叫马克里，很高兴认识你。
你好，我叫马克里，很高兴认识你。Do you remember how Zheng Zhu says, Hello, my name is Zheng Zhu. Pleased to meet you.
你好，我叫朱正，很高兴认识你。
你好，我叫朱正，很高兴认识你。
Let's practice. Imagine you're
凯伦里
Respond to Zheng Zhu's self-introduction. Ready?
你好，我叫朱正，很高兴认识你。
你好，我叫凯伦里，很高兴认识你。
Listen again and repeat.
你好，我叫凯伦里，很高兴认识你。你好，我叫凯伦里，很高兴认识你。
Let's try another. Imagine you're
李林
ready?
你好，我叫朱正，很高兴认识你。
你好，我叫李林，很高兴认识你。
Listen again and repeat.
你好，我叫李林，很高兴认识你。你好，我叫李林，很高兴认识你。
Let's try one more. Imagine you're
李英如，
ready?
你好，我叫朱正，很高兴认识你。
你好，我叫李英如，很高兴认识你。
Listen again and repeat.
你好，我叫李英如，很高兴认识你。你好，我叫李英如，很高兴认识你。When speaking with your elders or people of higher social status, it's recommended to use 您, the honorific term for you, instead of 你. 您, you, in honorific speech. 您, 您. So to sound more respectful, Zheng Zhu, who is younger than Mark, could say, 您好，我叫朱正，很高兴认识您。This is the end of this lesson.
Remember, these can-do lessons are about learning practical language skills. What's next? Show us what you can do. When you're ready, take your assessment. You can take it again and again, so try anytime you like. Our teachers will assess it and give you your results.
Well done! Now you know how to introduce yourself in Chinese. That's all there is to it. Keep practicing and move on to the next lesson. This is the end of this lesson.
Now, here's what you can do to cement this conversation in your head. Review the conversation with our dialogue tool and lesson transcripts. Study the key words and phrases with our spaced repetition flashcards. Review the key grammar and cultural tips inside the lesson notes. And test yourself with our assessment tests. So click the link in the description right now and sign up for your free lifetime account to access our Can-Do course.
Well done! Now you know how to introduce yourself in Chinese. That's all there is to it. Keep practicing and move on to the next lesson.
Want to master grammar so you can speak properly, express yourself better, and understand more? In this video, I'll show you how to master grammar with our lessons and learning program. Let's begin. Number 1. Listen to the lesson conversations and explanations. In every lesson, you learn a conversation. Then, our teachers break down every word and grammar rule. So you're actually learning grammar rules in the context of conversations, and you can easily see how they're used. Once you're done, review the conversation again and again to remember what you've learned. Number 2. Read the bonus explanations and tutorials. With the lesson notes, you get extra grammar explanations and examples that are not presented in the lesson. After you're done with the lesson, read the lesson notes for extra review. You can even save them as PDFs so that you can access them anytime. Number 3. Leave a comment on the lesson. Once you've learned a grammar point, be sure to use it. Leave a comment in the comments section. Write some example sentences for practice. Our teachers will review your comment and give you feedback. Number 4. Unlock even more grammar lessons. If you want to find all of the grammar lessons available, visit our lesson library. Under Category, choose Grammar. You'll get all of the pathways and lessons dedicated to helping you learn and master sentence patterns and grammar points. So, if you're ready to finally learn a new language the fast, fun, and easy way, sign up for your free lifetime account by clicking on the link in the description. Signing up takes less than 30 seconds, and you'll start speaking from your very first lesson. If you enjoyed these tips, hit the like button, share it with anyone who's trying to learn a new language, and subscribe to our channel. We release new videos every week. I'll see you next time. Bye!
Hey, 大家好，我是马燕如。Hi everybody, I am 燕如马。Welcome to ChineseClass101.com's 3分钟汉语 the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Chinese. In the last lesson, we learned how to introduce ourselves in Chinese. In this lesson, we are going to learn how to use good manners as we thank people. 准备好了吗？ Are you ready? 我们开始吧。So let's start. There are several ways to thank someone. Let's start with the easiest. It is just one word. 谢谢。谢谢。谢谢 means thanks. Another slightly more emphatic way of saying thank you is 谢谢你. Do you see what we changed? We just added 你 to the end. 你. As you may recall, this is a word for you. It's like saying thank you. 谢谢你。谢谢你。When you really want to express thanks to someone, there is a different way to do it. 太谢谢了。太谢谢了。As we've seen before, 谢谢 means thanks. Here, we've got the new word 太, which means too, as in too much of something. 太 and another 了 together, this sentence is like thanks too much. 太谢谢了。How about the response? It's easy. Let me show you the most basic way to do it. 不用谢。不用谢。用 here means need. 用 putting the 不 before it makes it negative. 不 altogether, it's 不用 no need. 不用 Finally, we add 谢 which means thanks. So it means something like no need to thank. We use it just like the English you're welcome. So when someone says 谢谢 to you, you can simply reply with 不用谢. Now it's time for English tips. Although 谢谢 is simple, it can be used in both formal and informal situations with just about anyone, anywhere, and at any time. But actually in China, we don't usually say 谢谢 to our families and our close friends. The expression, while applied, creates a feeling of distance. But it doesn't mean that we take thankfulness for granted. Instead, we will do something else in the future to show our gratitude. Do you know how to say see you later in Chinese? Here is a hint. I've been saying it at the end of every episode. In our next lesson, we'll go over this in detail and talk about other ways to say goodbye and hello in Chinese. Until then, 再见。
Welcome to Can Do Chinese by ChineseClass101.com.
大家好，我是李英如。Hi everyone, I'm Yinru Li. In this lesson, you will learn how to tell someone where you're from in Chinese.
This is Mark Lee, and he's on a plane to China. Zhang Ju, a passenger sitting next to him, asks him, "Where are you from?"
你是哪里人？
Listen to the conversation and focus on Mark's response. Ready?
你是哪里人？
我是美国人。
Once more with the English translation.
你是哪里人？
Where are you from?
我是美国人。
I'm an American.
Let's take a closer look at the conversation.
Do you remember how Zheng Zhu asks, "Where are you from?"
你是哪里人？
First is
你
you.
你 你
Next is,
是
here it's like the R in you are.
是
Together,
你是
you are.
你是
Next is,
哪里
where.
哪里哪里
Pronunciation note. When there are two third tones in a row, the first one changes to the second tone. Listen to the pronunciation again.
哪里哪里
The pronunciation differs from the pinyin, where you will still see two third tones. After this,
人
person.
人人
Together
哪里人
literally means where person.
哪里人
Altogether, it's
你是哪里人
literally you are where person, but it translates as where are you from?
你是哪里人？
Remember this question. You'll hear it again later in this lesson.
Now, let's take a closer look at the response.
Do you remember how Mark Lee says, I'm an American?
我是美国人。
First is
我
I.
我
Next is
是
here it's like the am in I am.
是
Together,
我是
I am.
我是
Next is
美国
which literally means beautiful country, but it translates as the United States of America.
美国美国
Last is
人
person.
人人
Together,
美国人
literally means United States of America person, or an American.
美国人
Note,
美国人
is a noun, not an adjective. Altogether,
我是美国人
means I'm an American.
我是美国人。
The pattern is
我是 home country 人
I'm a noun for person of home country.
我是 home country 人
To use this pattern, simply replace the home country placeholder with the name of your country. Imagine you're from Australia in Chinese.
澳大利亚澳大利亚澳大利亚
Say, I'm an Australian. Ready?
我是澳大利亚人。
I'm an Australian.
我是澳大利亚人。
Let's look at some examples. Listen and repeat, or speak along with the native speakers.
我是美国人。我是美国人。
我是中国人。我是中国人。
我是澳大利亚人。我是澳大利亚人。
我是加拿大人。我是加拿大人。
我是英国人。我是英国人。
我是武汉人。我是武汉人。Did you notice how I used a city name in place of a country name? 我是武汉人。I'm a Wuhan person. 我是武汉人。I used a city name, 武汉 Wuhan, in place of a country name, 中国 China.
武汉，
Wuhan.
武汉，武汉。
You can use this response to answer the question.
你是哪里人？
The key word in the question is
哪里？
where. In addition to countries, it can refer to any place, including cities and towns. This pattern is
我是 hometown 人。
I'm a hometown person.
我是 hometown 人。
You should be aware of this pattern, but for this lesson, we'll use the pattern
我是 home country 人。
I'm a noun for person of home country.
我是 home country 人。
Let's review the key vocabulary.
中国人，
Chinese person,
中国人，中国人。英国人，
British person,
英国人，英国人。加拿大人，
Canadian person,
加拿大人，加拿大人。
Let's review. Respond to the prompts by speaking aloud. Then repeat after me, focusing on pronunciation. Ready? Do you remember how to say United States of America? 美国，美国。And how to say person? 人，人。Do you remember how to say an American? 美国人，美国人。And how to say I? 我，我。Do you remember how Mark says, I'm an American?
我是美国人。
我是美国人。Do you remember how to say you? 你，你。And how to say where? 哪里，哪里。Do you remember how Zhengzhu asks, Where are you from?
你是哪里人？
你是哪里人？ Do you remember how to say British person? 英国人，英国人。And how to say Chinese person? 中国人，中国人。
Let's practice. Imagine you're Jack Jones from the United Kingdom. Respond to Zhengju's question. Ready?
你是哪里人？
我是英国人。
Listen again and repeat.
我是英国人。我是英国人。
Let's try another. Imagine you're Justin Jackson from Canada. Ready?
你是哪里人？
我是加拿大人。
Listen again and repeat.
我是加拿大人。我是加拿大人。
Let's try one more. Imagine you're Yinru Li from China. Ready?
你是哪里人？
我是中国人。
Listen again and repeat.
我是中国人。 我是中国人。 This is the end of this lesson.
Remember, these can-do lessons are about learning practical language skills. What's next? Show us what you can do. When you're ready, take your assessment. You can take it again and again, so try anytime you like. Our teachers will assess it and give you your results.
Well done! Now you know how to say where you're from in Chinese. That's all there is to it. Keep practicing and move on to the next lesson. This is the end of this lesson.
Now, here's what you can do to cement this conversation in your head. Review the conversation with our dialogue tool and lesson transcripts. Study the key words and phrases with our spaced repetition flashcards. Review the key grammar and cultural tips inside the lesson notes. And test yourself with our assessment tests. So click the link in the description right now and sign up for your free lifetime account to access our Can-Do course.
Well done! Now you know how to say where you're from in Chinese. That's all there is to it. Keep practicing and move on to the next lesson.
Expand your vocabulary with our Core 2000 Words ebook. It's free and packed with essential expressions that you'll use on a daily basis. Start building your vocabulary today. Click the link in the description below to download your free Chinese ebook before it's gone.